Hey guys, Yarrielle here. Let's talk racing today. Mostly it's racing for noobs because I tell you what, if you race in Torn, you probably know more about racing than I do if you already race. But for you noobs, if you're new to racing, then you might have questions. When I was a noob, I remember asking, after my year or two of not talking to anybody in Torn at all and joining a faction, I remember I asked in the faction chat, do I want to get my racing license? And I was hoping for some caveats and some advice and some nice people to step in and say, well, this is what you get with racing and this is what you lose with racing and this is what racing is all about, so do you. But what I got instead was one person flat out said something to the effect of, I don't know, do you want to get your racing license? And I was like, dude, bruh, whatever. So then I scoured the YouTubes and I didn't find anything about racing there either. And I was like, okay. So there aren't a lot of Torn YouTubers. Hi, how you doing? Subscribe, hit like, all that neat stuff. I also do Torn YouTubing. Anyway, I had to do it blind. I don't want you to have to do it blind. So, first of all, you don't have this little racing guy here if you don't race, and if you haven't raced frequently, he is not there. So before we go to the Torn Raceway, let's look. The Raceway is here on mine. If it's not there in yours, because I don't know if I added this with Torn Tools or Torn Stats, if it's not there in yours, you just go to the city. And you can go to the map if you want, but what I prefer to do is just simply come over here and there's your Raceway right there. It's in the red light district and that's that. So if we go to the Raceway, I don't remember what it looks like when you don't have a racing license, so let's talk racing license. If you look at my things, you can see here that I've been making driver's licenses. See? Driver's license, because that's what I'm working on in crimes right now, and that's the stuff I have, and that's for a different video, but I'm making driver's licenses. Those are not yet driver's licenses. What you want to do is, here's my shortcut, points, use. If you don't have any points, that isn't up there, and I'm not sure if that's up there. Full disclosure, I have Torn Tools and Torn Stats and a couple other scripts running, so sometimes your screen might look a little bit differently than mine. For instance, you probably won't have the NPCs up here. Go away, NPCs. And if you're not a subscriber, you don't have the notes right here. Go away, notes. Okay. To get to the pointsy place, you go back to the city and you go to the points market is where you buy and sell them, but the points building is where you spend them. And everybody's got the standard energy bar, This is not a video about points, so we're gonna move down to racing license. There it is. Racing license only costs 50 points. And what happened after I got the racing license was I was then able to come to the racetrack for the first time, and instead of seeing my race, you start out with no cars. And I don't remember what it looks like, but I had no cars. So you go to your cars, right? And you got to enlist cars, and that's down here, which is at the top. When you don't have cars, you hit enlist another car, and you gotta have a car. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a good car, but you have to have a car. Now, if you're new to it, it's gonna say you don't have any cars that can be enlisted. Well, shit, Yari, where do I go to get a car? Damn. Okay, hold on, son. Put it back in your pants. We're gonna go back to the city. We're gonna go to the east side, and we're gonna start. That is from a 90s song. I have no gang affiliations. And we're going to go to the docks as soon as I find the docks. There are the docks. They moved everything. There's the docks. Here are the cars that you can buy on the docks. And they say, when you hit the blink bink eyeball, they say that they're a class E, a class C, a class B, a class whatever. They get a class. These are decent starting cars just to figure out what you're doing. But remember, you don't have any racing points yet, which we'll get to in a minute. So you're gonna wanna buy the best possible car you can. So it is possible to go to the city and go to your item market and go to your cars. Yes, like that. And look at all the cars. There is so many cars that you could car yourself. And here's all the types of cars that you can buy here. The Verpestung Sport, the Ed Amundo Local, just so you guys, if you weren't racing before, they used to have real names, and then some idiot of a car manufacturer, and I hope all you rich people will like boycott them for being douchebags, wanted to sue Torn, and like Ched was like, not my cheddar, you can't have my cheddar, I am the Cheddinator, and they changed all the names of the cars. So now we've got the Bedford Racer and the Trident and the Papani Collet, and yeah. See all the cars? See all the eyeballs? Class D. Class D. Classy. 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 Class B. Ooh, it's pink. Class C. See, they're all mixed up. They're not arranged by class. It annoys me that they're not arranged by class. But anyway, here they are, all the cars. So you buy a car, and then you're here, and you enlist your car here. And then you go to your parts and your modifications. Now, I believe you start with 0 points. I'm sorry when I'm guessing, but I started racing years ago, so I don't know. But you pick your car that you want to dick around with. We're gonna pick my best Class A car. No, we're not, because you're new to racing. We're gonna go, this was my super sexy first car ever, the Papini Collet. I don't remember what it was called. I think it might have been a Volkswagen. This was my car. And I started out with just a car. And it had no upgrades, no nothing. But then I raced, and I lost a lot of races, and a big question is, why can't I win any races? Well, it's because you're new. You're gonna lose like a lot of races. Just keep racing, it's all right. Then once you win a few, when you get some racing points, you come in here, you hit select. And this is telling me I have a tool. Yours isn't gonna have green numbers unless you have Torn tools or Torn stats. Yours isn't going to tell you that you have 42 parts to upgrade unless you have a script. And I really suggest a Torn helper script like Torn tools or Torn stats, or actually both of them together. It'll help you, it'll help your faction, yada yada yada. Can I turn it off on this page? I could, but I don't want to dick with my stuff, so I'm not gonna. So here, you won't have the purple or pink. Okay, you won't have the green. It's so useful. I mean, seriously, you should go get Torn stats and Torn tools right now, and they should sponsor my channel, because I'm telling you to get them. Okay, not sponsored. Anyway, so they're telling me that of these three, I can look at my handling and I can be like, it's no contest, this one's got the best handling, and I have 8 racing points, and I have 29K, so I hit buy, and then it's like, hey, are you sure you want to buy it? And this is what it does. And then I can hit buy again, and then it can be like, you don't have enough. Okay, if I had money, hold on, let me get money. You guys know I'm unmuggable because I don't have money on me ever. Hold on. Okay, I grabbed 50K cheddar so I could show you guys. So you hit the buy, it says, are you sure? And then you come on here, and one more time it says, I'd like to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. You hit, I have 5,067 racing points, so I can afford it. You hit buy and fit, and there it is. This car would be a kick-ass car now with the best ultra weight. And then I could, out of these, I could pick, see here, sucks on tarmac, a little bit on dirt. This one doesn't really do dirt or tarmac, but it's better on these three. This one is eh. I always picked a mix. These three all give everything a little bit better. This, I never came back. I was out of Class E so fast that I never came back and upgraded my car. So let's go look at my Class D car. Looks like I have 2 Class D cars. So after you win enough races, you automatically get moved up to the next racing class. It's a long time. And of course, your end goal is to get to Class A. It looks like I didn't fully mod this one out either, because racing points are so hard to come by in the beginning. You don't want to spend them to upgrade your car when you know you're going to be moving on up. But maybe you want to. I did it how I did it, and I wasn't in a hurry. It doesn't matter. Okay, then my Class C, looks like I had 1 Class C. I won, oh, I forgot to show you. In my E, I only had to win 5 races with this sucker. I entered 19, I won 5, I moved up to Class D. So this one, I raced 41 times, I won 19, so 50% of the time I won. I only upgraded it partially, as I showed you before. And then after those 41 races, 19 wins, I moved up to Class C. It was actually pretty fast. Then I raced 97 times at Class C. I won 28 times. I only had this one car that, look, I still didn't upgrade it all the way. Even then, I didn't upgrade it all the way because I didn't care, because I was moving up. It looks like I was moving up really fast. So then was that Class C or Class B we just talked about? Just in case it was Class C, there's Class B, Class B, 183 races with this one car, only 27 won. And as you can see, I upgraded the shit out of it, but I didn't upgrade it all the way. So I hope this helps you guys, because people thought that I was going up racing skill fast. So maybe it's fast the way I did it, maybe it's slow the way I did it. This is not advice. This is just telling you what I did. I'm not telling you what you do. Class A. As you can see, I have 4 Class A cars. This is a good time for me to tell you guys that most people who are serious about racing have multiple cars in every class, and the reason they do is because they make a car that's good on tarmac and use it on certain races that would be beneficial for. And they make a car that's good on other things. Okay, they make a car that's got a shorter brake distance for the square tracks, and one that's got a higher top speed for the ones with really long stretches, and the ones with the acceleration there. See that acceleration? A faster acceleration would be good also for those long ones. And there's ones where you have tires that are good for dirt or tarmac or all the different things, and they've got multiple cars, and they use these multiple cars and they switch other cars. Not what Yarri does. Yarrielle doesn't care. Yarrielle takes the path of least resistance because it's a game and she doesn't want to think. If she wanted to think, she'd be at her job. She's not at her job right now, although she wishes this was her job. So this would be a good time to mention that you should like and subscribe and share and all that neat stuff. And if you wanted to support my hobby a little bit so that I have more time to ask for days off to make videos, you could support me. Links in the description. Or you could not support me, that's fine too. Okay, moving on. That was unplanned. I've mentioned before, these suckers are unscripted. I just talk. In fact, you guys wouldn't believe how many times people knock on my door mid-sentence, interrupt me, and I have to go back and figure out what I said, and then you guys are like, how did she get from what she was talking about to where she was? Well, it's because you guys don't know. I cut out somebody coming in and asked me if I fed the dog. Just the way it is. Okay, back to Class A cars. I entered 0 races with this. I got it. I must not have liked it. I moved on. This one, I entered 3,030. When you're done spitting your milk out your nose, I'll say it for you again. I entered 3,030 and I won 306 races. Again, I don't make special cars for the different tracks, and that is why that is a very low rate of winning, I think. My win percentage is only 10% here, so didn't notice that before. 26 down here, 46 here, 28 here, 14 here, 0 here, 10 here. Then it looks like I wanted to get a better car, so we moved up to this one, 11.33. I raced, are you ready? 2,391 more times in that car. Then I got the Edmundo recently. I've only done 1,548. My win percentage is almost 24%. I have won 368 races. This is how I have it set up. I do not switch cars. I should switch to this one when it's a tarmac race, but I don't because I don't care. The rest of it's all pretty basic and pretty same, but this was the most expensive car in Class A I could buy that had the best roundabout features, and it's the roundabout that I care. And if we hit select on that, you're gonna see that I am fully upgraded. Again, yours isn't gonna say fully upgraded. You're gonna have to go through and manually figure out, look here, if I hit buy here, it'll take that away. If I hit buy here, it'll take that away. If I hit buy here, it'll take that away. Without Torn Stats and Torn Tools, not sponsored, you are gonna find that it's a lot harder to figure this stuff out. I used to get upset if somebody even chatted with me because I'd be like, no, I was figuring this out, and somebody chatted with me and I chatted back and I lost my train of thought. Damn it! Okay, real quick. Aerodynamics, brakes, stop jumping down. Engine, I'm not gonna click on it anymore because it jumps me down. Exhaust, fuel, safety, suspension, transmission, weight reduction, wheels and tires. Those are the things that you can do, and you use your racing points. Now, what can you do with racing points after your racing skill is 20.58? What can you do? with all those racing points. Look at them. Look at my 5,059 racing points. What can I do with them? Nothing. Ched, get on that, please. All I can do is buy cars. Now, before you think, ooh, buy cars, upgrade them, and sell them, you cannot sell upgraded cars. If you want to unenlist a car, no. If you want to unenlist a car, it comes up with, any upgrades will be lost and the car will be returned to your inventory. Don't do it. So why unenlist it? Why not just leave it there for the shits and giggles? Because when you sell a car, it'll just be a basic bitch. It won't have all your modifications, and you do not get a refund on your racing points, which doesn't matter this high. I'm going for 100 or 99.99, whatever it is, racing skill at the top. That's why I race in my spare time. Okay, once you're racing, how to start a race. If you've already raced, this guy brings you back to this page. Otherwise, he's not there. I showed you how to get there before. Click official events. If you go to custom events, you are not earning racing points, okay? Sometimes it's for money and you get part of the pot. Sometimes it's for money and you don't get a part of the pot. Sometimes people think that you get really good experience from these, but I like my racing points, so I just stick with ding right there. And look at that, I'm ready to join a race. So I'm gonna hit join. And then it's like, which car do you want? And what happens if I try to join with a car, a class E? It let me! I didn't know it would let me. Okay, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do the Edmundo dude, and we're gonna drive in the Edmundo. But at least you guys got to see how you can change a car. And this is an example of one of the tracks, and see how square it is? So what you really want is something that brakes fast and accelerates fast. As a top speed doesn't even matter here, because by the time you're getting up, so you're like, and before you even get up to your top speed, you're, and then you gotta have one that corners well, and then you're accelerating again, and then before you even get, okay, and it's all about, this one's all about how you can accelerate and brake and handle turns a little bit. There are races. This right here is one of the tracks, and it's just roundy, round, 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 round. So the last thing that we have to look at here is the statistics. And I'm gonna be honest, I've never been there. But I don't know if this is torn or one of my things, because I've never been here, but I'm up 141 places in wins, I'm up 67 places in racing points, and I'm up 82 places in racing skill. But I'm still number 3247, so it doesn't matter how many people whose asses I can kick, there are always people out there who can kick my ass. That's racing, guys. I got 57 minutes and something seconds until this race actually starts. And then after that, it'll count down like 1 to 3 minutes, somewhere in there. I never paid attention how long. And then it'll actually do the race. And while watching the races can be fascinating, and while I should tell you that I'll come back in an hour and watch that race, what I'm really gonna say is I'm never gonna remember to come back. I'm gonna be doing other stuff, and it's not gonna happen. So why make you guys a promise that I'm not gonna keep, right? Right? My name is Yarrielle, guys, and I like to do torn videos in my spare time. I also like to do gaming videos, which you should check out, because those are also my passion, and I love that you are here, and I hope that you will spread the word, and I'll get more torn out as soon as I can. I will see you when I see you. Bye-bye.